All right, let's begin. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Torture is How We Make Friends, episode 4. Once again, it's Ma'am. I called it that just for that opening in the trailer. But anyway, we'll get to the introductions. With me tonight is Gabby G. Wiz.
Hello.
And Terry Diamanis.
Hello.
And the Hate Camel.
I'm here. I'm gay. I'm open. Who is the other guy?
Good evening, everyone.
I love that sound clip so much.
And when you look at the trailer, you'll hear her talk about being mistaken for a man.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought of was Macho Man.
Macho Man.
Macho Man. Yeah.
My favorite part of that story was like Sinatra's video saying how like this is a New Mexico DJ and rapper.
That's true. He did say that.
It's like, I want to hear this person's music.
Same here, definitely.
It has yet to be found.
Yeah, but on that note,
unless it's banned in the UK, and then we can't.
True.
It's verboten.
But one thing I did like about Tig Notaro's comedy special was that she mentioned having a wife, but her being a lesbian wasn't the center point of the entire thing. Like, it was just, she mentioned it and then she kind of just moved on. There were a couple of references to her being gay, but it wasn't like Hannah Gadsby, where it was, I'm gay, the comedy special, minus the comedy.
Which is true. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being gay. It's just
No.
don't make that your shtick and then say, like, cry on stage and then say comedy is not comedy. And it's like, why are you here?
Yeah. It was a TED Talk. Like people have said about Nanette, it's not a comedy special. There's a couple of attempts at jokes here and there, but for the most part, it's just her complaining about things.
Gabby, is your camera on?
No, why?
Because you're blank screen.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no avatar, just a black square. You know, I appreciate...
But it was on. Oh, thank God. Well, not thank God it was on, but thank God I actually cover it up because I'm paranoid. There we go.
We did racial diversity. We had the black square for a bit, so we're covered on that front.
But the white fox is superior. We all know.
You're a white fox supremacist.
Let's talk about the stinking, filthy hedgehogs. All tan and shit.
Yes, the miscegenated hedgehogs.
With those damn chili dogs.
No worries, Hayes. Apparently, he's throwing links into Discords for us as well.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Hayes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But yes, this was easily the best of the comedy specials we've endured for this series. It was actually
fun. But if anybody has been paying any attention to the series so far, that's a very low bar. We should give them something to actually look forward to.
It is, but I actually laughed as opposed to what was it? Hannah Gadsby and Ali Wong. Those two were just painful.
Wait, you laughed at Sarah Silverman?
I didn't watch Sarah Silverman.
Oh, that's right. You weren't here for that one.
Yeah, that was pretty much just us explaining Sarah Silverman to everyone in the group.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we were funnier than Sarah Silverman, though.
I would put money on it.
I would put.
That's pretty low hanging fruit, though.
I think I made more people laugh in Irate Bear's Discord, just like live messaging about going through and watching it.
Sorry if I assumed your gender, Mr. or Mrs. Hazed. There you go.
Well, I mean, it is Canada. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
No, I thought it was really nice change of pace to actually watch a comedian who was funny.
Yes, it was.
But it was the like the timing. You know, she's got a dry sense of humor, so that's right up my alley.
Yeah, well,
That's like the best delivery. It's like you don't take yourself too seriously, but you make it seem like legit, and the absurdity is just amplified by that.
It was nice because let's see, Ali Wong, all about her being a slut and having a husband that went to Harvard.
yes.
The funniest thing I remember seeing from Sarah Silverman's one was her trying to explain Brexit and getting it horribly, horribly wrong.
Oh God.
Oh, I still need to watch that. I didn't see that.
Oh, it's only amplified in the end credits when it actually shows the video of it.
That's true. Yeah, she did provide video evidence of her making this explanation while under anesthesia. And the funniest thing to me was that there's an actual British person standing right next to her, going, "Yeah, that's absolutely right."
Oh,
it's like, no, no, it's not.
There's
like, I'm not even fucking British, and I know it's not.
I understand literally nothing about Brexit, and I even know that's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, heaven forbid she also comes across a construction site.
Right. But I did notice that Tig still did the thing I see a lot of female comics do, which is most of their material is about themselves. Like, she was talking about herself for most of the special. She was just doing it in a much funnier way than the other ones we've seen so far.
Yeah, personal humor is good as long as you have, stories to tell.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I always thought there was like different types of comedians. You have your outrage, the ones who just rely on telling the extreme joke, like Jim Norton and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your blue comics, yeah.
Yeah, and he follows mostly into a storyteller as well, because most of what he tells is based on experiences.
Yeah.
Like also with like Mike Birbiglia, he's also a storyteller type of comic. And then I think there's just like funny people. It's sort of just a general, like Steve Byrne, where he can tell a story and then kind of just break off into something else.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of a vague thing, but yeah.
What I thought was nice about this special was that she was playing with the audience a lot.
Yes, that was good.
There's that interaction, there's that kind of teasing, and we haven't seen that with any of the other comedians we've watched thus far. I think the closest we got was. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just saying it's like self-deprecating on both sides. Like, we can tease each other, and it's not a big deal.
Well, I was just more talking about the just the interaction, her talking, to the audience, playing up, their reactions to different things that she had said. Whereas, like with Sarah Silverman had that one bit where she, was asking for audience participation. But that was really like the only time that I remember her, going to the audience. Hannah Gadsby, she really, talked down specifically to the men in the audience.
Yes.
but you didn't focus too much on the reactions to her quote unquote jokes.
Yeah.
Ali Wong, sorry. Ali Wong also didn't have any kind of playing on the audience's reactions or anything that I recall.
No, she didn't. But yeah, I did like that when the audience would laugh and she'd sort of like, but that's not the funny bit. What are you laughing at? You know, I'm offended that you find the fact that I'm married to be funny, kind of thing, you know.
Gonna be a Ellen DeGeneres bit too. She's like, "Why are you guys applauding? It's just a statement of fact."
Yeah.
Like what? You can't get invited to Ellen DeGeneres' house?
I did think the thing with the Indigo Girls at the end went on a bit too long. I was getting a bit sick of the whole bit by the time they actually brought them out. But,
Yeah, I had told Camel about that, where the end was just really drawn out.
yeah, like it was funny at first, but then it just kept going. And like, okay, we get the joke. We get the joke.
That's why I knew they were actually gonna come on stage. I'm like, this is way too overplayed. Like they're gonna be here.
Well, I mean, it stopped being funny the moment they stepped on stage, because I thought it was funny, you know, it being drawn out like that.
Well,
You know?
I thought it would have been funnier if they had actually not been there. Like if the whole thing was just a giant cock tease, and then she reveals like, no, I'm just messing with you. There's no one back here, and then like, I thought that would have been funnier than they actually come out.
Or just bring out a completely different band.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Or if she'd actually brought out Milli Vanilli lip syncing the Indigo Girls.
That would have been
perfect. That would have been good.
That would have been hilarious.
Can we rewind time? You tell Tig Notaro that joke, and then she can incorporate it into the special.
Well, I mean, unless she's gonna use a Ouija board, I'm pretty sure one of those dudes is dead.
Yeah, but I think one of them committed suicide.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit of a complication.
A little bit.
To put it mildly.
So
okay, but the one that survives can impersonate the other one. I mean, we know that they're mimics.
I mean, it would have been hilarious if like she had brought out the surviving dude and like, you know, lip synced it, and then like the CD skipped, just to really complete the circle.
That would have been good, yes.
But
yeah,
no, I mean, this might actually be our shortest stream, because there's not a whole lot to really criticize or anything like that. It was a decent special. I wouldn't put it in like my top 10 or anything like that, but you know, because I'm not a New York Times writer, so of course I'm not putting it in my top 10. But
yeah,
which is still a pleasant surprise. Yeah, I was expecting cringe. That was not a bad 58 minutes of my life. I've definitely spent it in way worse places watching way worse things.
well, yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't hilarious, but it wasn't unfunny. It was like decent, and like that's kind of the worst level of funny for us to talk about, because we can't sing it to the high heavens or rip it to shreds. It's kind of just, yeah, it was good.
let's see. Yeah, the guy died. The guy from Milli Vanilli. Suspected alcohol and prescription pill overdose.
That's a fairly common cause of death.
I don't know. All that singing.
you mean all that not singing?
Yeah. Well, they were the best not singers the world has ever seen. I mean, they were great. And you've got to admit, the rain was in fact to blame. They had that on the money.
So I'm just curious. Has anybody gone back to that New York Times list to see like what all we're still missing?
I haven't been there since we thought of taking a break from the list.
But that would be a good list to go back to, because we want stuff to mock and criticize and laugh at, not with.
Well, see, I know there's two that we can still do. That they were at the very beginning of the list, and that was Chris Rock, Tambourine, and they had a double kind of feature with Steve Martin and Martin Short. So that might actually, be good.
Yeah, they might be. They're actually good comedians.
Now, it's going to be interesting to go back and look at the Chris Rock special, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the first one after his divorce.
Ah.
Oh, there's going to be some shit in there.
Yeah. And since it made the New York Times list, I'm kind of scared that it's going to be cringy.
I've seen it, and there is some cringe in there. It's not terrible.
Okay, that's good.
Oh yeah, I mean that could be pretty good actually. I mean, not terrible, but there is cringe. So I mean, that could give us something to really kind of sink our teeth into.
And be less painful to watch than Ali Wong or Hannah Gadsby.
Well, I'm just kind of. This is the second one in a row where they've had some kind of musical number at the end. Is this going to be a trend in comedy?
I hope not.
Because I mean, the trend used to be that like comedians would go on the road with like musical acts and open for them. Now we're having musical acts closing stand up.
Yeah, it's as long as it's just at the end, so we can just stop watching. I'm fine with it. If it was in the middle, it'd be worse because you'd have to watch the whole thing.
And now they're going to start doing it.
Yeah.
Terry, you jinxed it.
I have no doubt.
A good marketing ploy. You spelled it out for him.
Well, I haven't seen. I found a different list.
Is that the Time one?
It's a New York Times one, but it was. Let's see, December 23rd, 2018. And of course,
there was that Time list of like comedians that we went over I think at Christmas. There's some that we were needing to go through and watch. I think Carmen Esposito was one of them.
Yeah.
Gabby's coming out as trans in the chat. I see.
Well, thanks for spoiling the surprise, Terry.
Who knew?
I mean, I put it out on the internet, but you said it, so I'm blaming you.
Terry's the trans doxer, confirmed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of doxing, I mean, Tig just throwing those kids' names out there like that. Oh my God.
And her wife.
Yeah. I mean, unless she was smart and she gave them like pseudonyms,
Could be.
They could be. None of us have we gone to our gay ops and seen, checked our sources.
Although, I mean, is it really that much of a stretch to think a couple of lesbians named a kid Finn?
Right.
Yeah, I am not surprised. I mean, Finn's a cute name, but there's a stereotype in there somewhere.
Well, Google is confirming the story. I typed Tig Notaro children, and it came up with Finn Notaro and Max Notaro. So she doxed him.
Outrageous.
Agreed.
Outrageous.
And her spouse really is named Stephanie. So, again,
Doxing the entire family.
she did. And funnily enough, Tig isn't her birth name, so the only one she didn't dox was herself.
Rules for thee.
Not for me.
How's that video go? I am shooketh.
Yeah.
I am Shooketh Maximus.
No, I'm just going back to like the end there with the musical number. Like Ali Wong, thankfully the only thing with Ali Wong was like hers was a dance number. It wasn't a musical number,
Yes.
so to speak. But
That
still, that was
that I had luckily avoided until Johnny had to ruin it. Or was it you? Someone posted the video of it on Twitter.
You can thank Johnny for that.
That would be me.
That was Johnny. Okay. So I almost escaped it.
Oh, sorry. I was about to say, I don't see your posts a lot, Johnny. I'm going to double check, make sure they didn't unfollow me from you.
Again?
Again, it's happened before. Like, oddly enough, Twitter has a very similar problem to YouTube, where they will, like, unfollow you for some reason.
I just had Lady Monkey follow me, actually.
Oh, congratulations.
The only one I don't have following me from the Lords of the Night is no, actually I think Satsu is Scribe. That's the one. Yeah, I haven't got Scribe to follow me yet. I'm gonna have to make some kind of grammar jokes or something to get his attention, I suppose.
Oh, I made a revelation.
You made one or you had one?
Oh, whatever. It's all the same.
I was gonna say if you made a revelation, that's impressive.
Well, I had a revelation that CNN purposely screws up their articles that Scribe reads so that no one interrupts him.
Ah.
It's a conspiracy. What? You're gonna get us banned off of YouTube, Johnny, with all these conspiracy theories.
It's a hypothesis.
We're gonna get put into a limited state, and no one's gonna know how good the Tig Notaro special was.
I'm gonna get a tweet from Tig Notaro. Oh, thanks, Johnny.
Yeah.
The limited state feature is so flippin' weird. Like, I pushed a link because like Computing Forever had one he had a video that was put on limited what have you. I keep forgetting the terminology. Limited state. And I clicked it, and I was going to watch it, but on my phone, it acted like it was just a picture. I couldn't even watch it on my phone. You have to be on a laptop and click the link that someone else puts out there in order to see it. I'm like, how bad can it be? You leave it on your site. If it's that bad, nuke it. If it's not, what the hell is with the censorship, dude?
Yeah, I would agree. If it's bad enough to limit, it's bad enough to just delete.
Like, I literally had to go through all the back alleys like some degenerate whore.
The thing that bothers me is that with the limited state, how do I say this? You know it's there,
Yeah.
But you can't share it or anything like that at all. You have to copy the URL and you have to send that out.
And hopefully no one in Silicon Valley has nuked your account for wrong thing.
Well,
it doesn't violate our terms of service, but no one can watch it.
Well, it's legit all the time, so I'm going to be ousted as soon as I become, prominent enough for anyone to care about.
But speaking of censorship, have any of you guys seen the Joe Rogan Jack Dorsey interview?
I haven't yet. People talked about it, but I haven't. Like, literally, when I got back from work, I started this.
Well, the big hullabaloo is that Rogan pulled it down originally and then reposted it because it was getting ratioed to fuck all.
Oh, of course it was. It's not because of Joe, poor guy. I mean,
no, it was partly because of Joe.
It's Jack.
No,
Jack.
It was both of them. It was Joe and Jack.
Oh,
there's not a positive comment on that re-upload. Last I checked this morning, it had like 35,000 downvotes and only like 4,500 upvotes.
I need to watch this.
It's about 2 hours. It's just shy. But they've been deleting comments off of the video. Like was it Mark Dice and Sargon both had comments deleted.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Mark Dice, I kind of expected. Sargon's been on the show. Has Mark been on the show?
No. But generally, in previous podcasts, Joe's talked about the videos being up on YouTube and how they don't read the comments. They just let them fucking go. They're let them scream into the void. I'm not paying attention to that shit. And then this interview, who I don't think Rogan mentioned specifically in the interview that Jack is actually a sponsor of the podcast.
We mentioned that before, I think, on one of our other things. But yeah.
You can't say you don't read the comments and there's comments deleted from prominent people. Like, I'm sure, God, Sargon has 900,000 subscribers. Mark Dice has, I don't even know how many. I don't watch his shit too often.
Yeah, I don't pay any attention to Mark Dice, but when I watched originally the re-upload, that was when I scrolled through the comments. People were talking about Mark Dice's comment being deleted. And I was like, okay, that's weird because Rogan and Jamie don't read the comments, or so they say.
Exactly.
Well, from what I understand, they don't even have comments enabled.
No, they don't have live. They don't have live chat. They don't have chat enabled during the still. You can still comment on the video after it's uploaded.
Oh, okay.
There's no side chat?
No. There's no live chat at all when Rogan goes live on YouTube.
That's kind of sad.
Well, I mean, no.
Imagine being a creator on a site called YouTube, and you don't let your audience engage. It's why we have mods. It's why we block people.
Well, you have to remember, this didn't start on YouTube.
No, it just gets uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, they don't have live chat on because it does interfere. This is an interview. This is a long form discussion, and they just talk, which I like. But,
can you imagine how long that podcast would be if they included interaction with YouTube audience?
They could ignore side chat and just let the audience talk amongst themselves. It doesn't have anything to do with the commentators.
That's very true.
Well, I mean, obviously they're moderating their comments now, so can you imagine Jamie having to sit there and trying to moderate the side chat while he's pulling stuff up for Rogan and the guest? And yeah, I wouldn't wish that on that kid. That dude's older than me. What am I saying?
I'm just saying audience engagement, like I don't know, it just promotes a lot of the community and a lot of interaction and gets even more people involved, and they think, hey, I can throw in my 2 cents here, even though the people talking don't see it, even though it doesn't ultimately matter. It's, like I said, it's YouTube. It's meant for public, I
wonder how many of the comments would be Rogan memes.
Yeah.
Because like in the comments section of every upload to YouTube, there's at least 50 different, Joe, have you tried elk meat Rogan? Or, Joe, pull that shit up, Jamie Rogan, or something ridiculous.
You ever tried mescaline? No, let's see, it's 625,670 views, and the ratio is 6638 to 41,999.
Wait, say that again?
Is 6,638 likes, 41,999 dislikes.
Okay, for a second I thought you said 66,000. I was like, wow.
And for good measure, I'll make it an even 42,000 because that was annoying.
Yeah. See, now when they pulled it down originally, I was kind of thinking that maybe they played some kind of video or audio clip that YouTube struck them down for, and they had to re-upload it without that, because they actually have one podcast from way back in the day they uploaded back when Rogan was still doing the podcast out of his house and I think they were talking to a male porn star. There's no audio at all. It's just you see these three dudes sitting like on a couch, just talking to each other with no sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of interview was that?
It was some guy they knew somehow, some way. Back then, the guy that helped Rogan produce the podcast, a buddy of his named Brian Redband, he dated porn stars and stuff, so probably met that way.
You know, Rogan seems to know a lot of people in, like, the porn industry, or at least hangs out in those circles. Like, one special he went to this whorehouse that was really, really bad. Like, Sweatpants Girl.
No, that wasn't a special. That was a bit he did for his buddy Ari Shaffir's Comedy Central show. This Is Not Happening.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's been a while since I've seen it. I love that show.
I haven't really watched any of the clips that much since Ari left the show, though.
He did? He left?
Roy Wood Jr. hosts it now. From last I checked.
Yeah,
Is it going to turn into Ray William Johnson and is just going to tank the show? Because I mean, Ari is a good host. Come on, man.
The one bit I did see Roy Wood Jr. do was pretty hilarious, talking about him meeting Luther Campbell from 2 Live Crew when he was in college. I'll be right back. 1 second. Sorry.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, I know it's been a while since I've seen their stuff. I didn't know Ari left the show. How long have I been gone?
A good 2 seasons.
God damn it. Sorry, Johnny, I cussed on your channel. You're demonetized.
Oh, demonetized.
I ruined it. I'm a ruiner.
There's been worse said on this channel, so...
Yeah.
Wait, we're demonetized? You mean I'm not getting paid?
Nope.
Nope. It's you guys can blame me.
Well, it doesn't help that I actually don't monetize anyway. But
You don't. What was it with YouTubers? They don't qualify for monetization until they get 1,000 or 2,000 subs.
1,000 subscribers and like I think
4,000 hours of watched video.
Yeah.
Way to be pro YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I was contemplating getting a Streamlabs thing.
You should. You totally should.
I think I'm gonna wait till I get more subs before I do anything like that because it just seems kind of like shilly.
No, just get it anyway. If anyone wants to drop the occasional shekel, that's on them. It's not like you're saying, "Hey, give me money." You're just like, "Hey, if you guys want to drop a dime and want me to read a funny comment, I will." And again, audience participation is a really big thing, I think, for communities online.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen... Oh, hey, Clyde, how's it going?
Clyde?
Clyde's here.
If it doesn't cost anything to have
Dude, hi!
Also, I think getting a Streamlabs, just to have it, so that way, kind of like sitting on a domain, domain name.
Yeah, if it doesn't cost anything, just have it there.
Exactly.
I suppose I can do that.
How's it going, Clyde? We actually got to watch a good stand-up comedy special tonight.
For once.
There was very little cringe, if at all.
Yeah.
Johnny actually did live up to the name. It wasn't torture. And I am disappointed. As a masochist, I am disappointed.
Yeah.
We should all shame Johnny.
Well, I mean, there was a little bit of cringe there at the end, so I mean...
Yeah. But that was the Indigo Girls more than it was her.
Why do the Indigo Girls look like linemen for the Cowboys?
Ooh.
Oh, it's lesbians in old age.
Mm.
Well, I never knew who they were before. I can't really do a comparison to like what they look like now to what they looked like previously.
No, I've got no idea. I'd never heard of them until she acted all excited about bringing them on stage. Like, and like I said, I assumed they were black, as indigo being some sort of, black people look purple kind of joke.
I was
But,
really hoping for like the Blue Woman group, pretty
Yeah,
much
they
to
would-
walk out on stage.
well, even that would have been funnier.
Just a bunch of panned up mimes, drumming on
Yeah.
paint cans.
And then you can say, no, they're appropriating Smurf culture. That's Blueface.
Yeah, I think it's
If you choke a Smurf, what color does it turn?
Purple, probably.
Now that I mentioned the Blue Man Group, is anybody else kind of impressed with how long they managed to make that a thing?
I don't think I've ever actually seen their act, so I don't know.
Really?
Well, that did just kind of start off as like a commercial thing, didn't it?
Yeah, it
I
was.
think so.
It was IBM, I think.
And then they actually made that into like a Las Vegas show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good on them. They did better than the Geico cavemen.
That was the Pentium. Pentium.
Oh,
Well,
Intel.
the Geico
Yeah.
cavemen were awesome.
Not according to the ratings of their TV show.
Oh, they had a TV show?
They had a TV show.
They had an episode, is what it was.
Well, isn't that what kind of happened to Flight of the Conchords? They were like musicians and they were offered a TV spot. And then the first season was good because they had material, and then like they were just rushed to make more content and didn't work out.
Well, they actually stopped their own stuff because they're like, we need a break.
Which is fair enough. I mean, people want quality. I don't care if I have to wait a year. Same like with anime. I have to wait a year or so for a new anime to come out. It's like, I don't care as long as it's good quality. Because nothing kills a franchise more than trying to ride the gravy train right into the ground.
Look at The Simpsons. They should have stopped a long time ago.
Poor Apu.
Yeah.
No, he's still there, I think. They didn't actually get rid of him, did they?
I think they're writing him out or minimizing his role in the show or something like that.
About a show about stereotypes of every way, shape, and form.
Yeah.
Actually, they're minimizing their audience by getting rid of a minority here. I mean, who got mad at the Homer stereotype, the Irishman stereotype? Who got mad at any of the other stereotypes?
No one. Well, no one who got
No
any
one
recognition.
important.
Well, I would say it's still no one important who got upset about a poo, but it was someone who, for whatever reason, was able to get their grievances out into the public and get noticed. I mean, the complaint was nonsensical, really.
Yeah, it's a show
That's
about
another one we need to watch.
And the dude was a pimp.
Another comedian we need to watch their special is Harry Kondabolu, the problem with the poo guy. Apparently he's got one.
Oh, dear God.
Okay, that's going to be your next cringe.
I reckon.
Because if I'm not mistaken, he was on that time list that we went over on Johnny's Christmas stream.
Okay, well, there you go. And that's our next punishment.
And I was thinking about it. We can go back to being a conspiracy cat here for a bit.
He's breaking the conditioning, folks.
As soon as I was just thinking about it, he had just put out a half-hour special on Comedy Central, and then he put out the documentary about The Simpsons, And then on top of that, he had an hour-long special that he needed to sell. And all that came out around the same time.
It sounds like advertisement to me.
And there's nothing that people like more than controversy.
I mean, it's an entire product of the internet. I mean, there's hate clicks and there's IBS for a reason.
Yeah, true.
Another one for your consideration that I'm recalling just from memory is W. Kamau Bell.
Who's that?
Anybody familiar with him?
No, I never heard of him.
I've never heard of him.
W. Kamau Bell, he's a black comedian. He had a show on FX years back called Totally Biased with W. Kamau Bell. And it was kind of like the nightly show with Larry Wilmore. You know, talk comedy show based purely around like black politics. But it was actually kind of funny for a time. Whereas the nightly show had, Francesca Ramsey writing for it.
Oh, dear God.
And then he moved on to CNN, which, when I think of, comedians, I automatically think, oh, yeah, of course, they've got shows on CNN. But his what was it, United Shades of America was what it was called?
Yeah.
And like the first episode, he went to a KKK like cross burning. And then he got mad that his production staff sent him on the first episode to a Klan rally. It's like, motherfucker, it's your show. You can tell him no. But yeah, apparently he's got a new special that was on that time list that I haven't got around to watching just because YouTube is free and it's generally more entertaining.
Yes, I agree. Free is good.
Yeah, Johnny, you need to fix that, man. There's a bunch of wrenchless people in the chat.
We all need a good wrench.
All these poor peasants that you've got here.
This is a monarchy. Just so everyone knows.
Wait, is this not the patriarchy? Am I on the wrong show? Dang it, I gotta leave.
This is not a democracy. It's a benevolent dictatorship.
Like
The DPRK of YouTube.
The cat demands yarn.
Clyde brings up a very good point. He's a mechanic without a wrench.
Oh, you gotta fix that shit.
I mean, at the very least, give the mechanic a wrench. I mean, do you expect Picasso to paint with no brush?
If he's truly talented, he'll find a way.
I'm sure we're gonna be keeping him busy because he has a list to go through. Yes! I am the first one, bitches.
No, you're not. Clyde's the first one. Clyde's the first moderator.
Della Hayes wants a sonic wrench.
Yes. Oh. Is it worse or better than the sonic screwdriver?
Well, you can't drink a wrench, so I'm going to say that the screwdriver is better.
There you go. It also depends on what season of Doctor Who you're watching.
It's all British.
Not every Doctor Who is created the same.
I think
Some
I've
are
seen
good,
two
some
episodes.
are shite.
And some only get like 77% of the views that others get.
Yes, exactly.
77 views on the dollar.
One of these days I'm actually going to go through, I'm going to sit down and force myself to watch that. I didn't get really bent out of shape about it because I left with Capaldi. When he took over, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and step away now.
I kind of quit after. Is Capaldi the redhead? I kind of quit after David Tennant. He was my favorite.
No, it was Matt Smith and then Capaldi.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished whatever his name is, the first one.
Eccleston.
Eccleston, yeah. And then I'm 3/4 of the way through Tenant, and I stopped there because I know how it ends, and I don't want to go there.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. I've been there.
The Matt Smith it wasn't that bad. I mean, I enjoyed it okay, but once they started getting into Capaldi, I was like, getting kind of bored.
Wasn't it with Matt Smith and when they're just, or was it Capaldi when they're like, let's just bring in the lesbian and make her black?
Of course.
Stat.
Black lesbian. I don't remember.
I know there was a black chick who taught the Doctor, like in the David Tennant timeline, to like drive the TARDIS, and she got mad that he kept making that screeching noise. You said that he wasn't driving it properly, but she wasn't a lesbian. She was. What was her name? Doctor.
That was the gal from. I think she was in Arrow.
Apologies for my neighbors. I don't know if you guys can hear them.
I cannot.
Good. I can. It's annoying me as it is.
Stella Hayes is saying it was Capaldi's last season. Bill was the lesbian college chick, who was indeed black.
Sorry, I had to step away because I heard clicking and scratching, and I couldn't figure out which one of my animals was causing the ruckus.
Fair enough.
Well, you got to let your girlfriend out of the cage eventually.
I actually did let her out of the cage today. She went to a Super Bowl party, so
They have to do chores sometime.
Like,
that's why I keep her chained up in the kitchen.
So yeah, I made the mistake last night because we got hit by the polar vortex now.
Ah, right.
Oh.
And so my friend had a going away party, and when it was about 30 when we went to a casino and then to a bowling alley, and then by then I had to go to work. And so in the transition from the casino to the bowling alley, it was 30. It was 30 when I left the bowling alley. It picked up like a -15 wind chill in that transition, and the bowling alley is only like 2 blocks away.
Wow.
So the wind picked up, and it got pretty cold.
Please continue.
Oh, that's cute.
That was great.
Oh, the story doesn't end there, Camel.
Right, you played your card too soon.
Well, I was wearing shorts, and so I went to work.
And flip-flops?
No flip-flops.
At least you're not a Californian.
Let's see. I think at the last I checked, it was -4. It's apparently -5 now. And
cold. That is ungodly.
And yeah, and that's not counting the wind chill. But I get to work because I go from one job to the next, and I don't have enough time to get undressed and get pants on. So I just run off. I'm like, it's not gonna be that bad. And then we just got, I think it's like 7 inches of snow dumped on us. on top of the wind chill.
Fun.
And yeah, it was not a fun trip from my work to my apartment.
Yeah, I'll bet.
See,
But
I
it was
walk
an
to work every
adventure.
night. Sorry, what?
But I said it was an adventure.
Oh yeah. No, I walk to work every night, and we haven't really got hit with the polar vortex this far south, but it's just like the typical winter weather. But it's been really, really weird here this winter because we'll have like a stretch of like a week and a half where it's nice and cold, like it's supposed to be in winter. And then you'll have like a couple days where, like, I walked out to go get my dog in between us finishing the special and starting the stream. No shoes, pair of shorts, and a t-shirt. And it felt fine.
I am in the same boat. It's not that weird. Like, yeah, we're kind of like on the weird borderline where it fluctuates. It's an odd fluctuation, but like we normally have snow where I'm at, and it's just we've had barely any rain. It's been quite surprising.
Yeah, we have a motto here where it's if you don't like the weather, wait 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, same in Oklahoma.
And yeah, we've had news reports where they're just like, oh yeah, you got to prepare for a blizzard because we got 10 to 15 inches of snow in the mountains, and we got 7 to 10 coming in the lower valley area, and we just get just a light skiff of snow, and then the next day it's gone.
No, the biggest concern here in the past few years has been not snow, but freezing rain. It'll get cold enough to where it'll freeze over, and we end up having ice storms. Just enough rain falls and freezes over to where trees and power lines get pulled down.
Do you have to worry about black ice?
I mean, yes. I'm trying to make a joke and not be a racist, and it's not working out.
Just accept your hatred and go for it.
It's black ice because of the asphalt. The asphalt has no race or gender or anything.
The ice is black because it was raised in a fatherless home. That's what. There you go. I went the racist route for you.
Oh.
Terry takes the bullet.
Racism and conspiracy theory is definitely demonetized now.
I'm not tan enough to make these jokes. Y'all are gonna get me in trouble.
Speaking of racism, I'm sure Terry hasn't been keeping up with it since it's American politics. But anybody else follow the Virginia governor and his blackface?
I've
Oh,
heard
the not that blackface,
no one
but was
likes
it a
it.
different one?
Like I was sitting listening to a Monkey in the Morning last night at work, and I was listening to them talking about it, and it's like, okay, that makes sense. It kind of made sense. He's like, hey, that picture, it's not me. I apologize because I did do blackface. I dressed up, like Michael Jackson for a dance competition. I was like, okay, well, this is 1984, so I mean, he was still black back then. It checks out. But then I saw the video of him doing like the press conference where he said that. And my girlfriend was sitting in the room with me when I watched. I was like, holy shit, did he just say that? He had to turn to his wife and ask her who it was that he was dressing up as.
Oh, I didn't see that part. I mean, the biggest controversy I heard was he kept changing his story. He apologized for being in the photo, and then he said it might not be him, and then I don't know.
But yeah, he actually turned to his wife at this news conference, and he's like, "And what was his name again?"
Whoa.
I was like, "Really? The king of pop? You forgot his name?"
He was titled the King of Pop, wasn't he?
I mean, this is a man who had enough money to own Elvis and the Beatles' entire music catalog before he died.
Yep.
You know, how many comedians on late night TV were making jokes about him being a child molester? Like, everyone knows his fucking name, dude. How did you forget this?
I heard his name when I wasn't even in the country.
Hmm.
He made the newspaper's front page.
And speaking of blackface, I had to share something from Vincent Veritas had shared on Twitter.
Oh, yes. Yes, I saw this. Why does nobody give Jimmy Kimmel shit for that?
Well, he'd have to be funny.
Well, I didn't know about the Jimmy Fallon one, which not surprised, but that is one of the ingrained memories I have from the Man Show when I was a kid. It was Karl Malone and Man Ponds.
Yeah.
Those are the two skits I remember. Everything else was just girls jumping on trampolines.
Well, that was the best part of the Man Show.
Obviously,
You guys might have
yes.
to send me a link because I missed that. I didn't see that tweet.
But
But yeah, I mean,
everyone's saying Kimmel would have to matter. I mean,
he does though.
he does matter to some people. It's just not us.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And generally, the people he does matter to would be the ones that would get offended by blackface, i.e., the Virginia governor.
Hmm. It is weird that he gets a pass rather than being, raked over the coals by his audience.
I mean, people write articles about how he's like America's conscience and shit
Yeah.
because he cried about, healthcare and a mass shooting.
Are we pretending those were real tears?
Oh, see, thank you, Clyde. That's a good black ice joke. I'm gonna have to use that one of these days.
I've actually had my own experience with black ice. Was not pleasant.
It typically never is.
Hashtag not all black ice. I'm just saying, I don't want to really topple off a mountain cliff again. I'm good.
Again?
Again.
Well, I mean, she is a woman, so obviously there's some bad driving involved.
The worst combination. It was bound to happen. It was fate.
Hey, Vincent, we were just talking about you.
Yes, we were. Hey, dude.
Where did you dig up that tweet with the Kimmel and Fallon in the blackface, Vincent?
Yeah, because that was I remember him doing the Karl Malone bit. Like that was there. Like
Yeah.
I'm just curious as to where the Fallon blackface, where that come from. Was that Saturday Night Live?
yeah, that was
Back in the day?
that was Saturday Night Live sketch. Back when they were trying to push the fact that Adam Sandler was gone.
See, I never paid attention to Fallon when he was on Saturday Night Live. What pissed me off about him was him always laughing at his own jokes on Weekend Update.
Oh, he does that on his show. Like it doesn't change.
Well, I don't watch his show, so
No, I don't either.
I mean he lost me 15 years ago, man, or however long ago it was he was doing Weekend Update. I forget.
Let's see. I was still in high school, so 20 some odd years ago.
Oh wow, it's been that long. Agreed, Vincent. Norm was the best.
Yeah, Will Ferrell always made him look stupid. I think Will Ferrell's job was to make Jimmy Fallon look partially retarded.
Those were probably my favorite SNL clips. Was the Celebrity Jeopardy with Norm and Farrell.
I can't imagine being so good at an impression that Burt Reynolds would want you to act like that in front of him. Because he did that cameo on My Name is Earl.
I remember that.
And then he played the same. It's like he played a character who I think matched, if I remember correctly. He played a character who was screwed over by Earl, and then his dad was played by Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh wow!
And it was like just mirror image of Burt Reynolds and then Norm Macdonald as Burt Reynolds.
You know, now that I think of it, the only one that I liked better on the Celebrity Jeopardy one was Daryl Hammond as Sean Connery.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What sound does a dog make? Rough, just the way your mother likes it, Trebek.
Yeah, that's not my name. Turd Ferguson. Funny name.
Oh man.
It's not funny. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, you know, speaking of funny,
And he was
Okay.
talking about,
Oh my God, what are you doing there, Bill?
Yeah.
Michael's a special kind of guy.
that's greatness.
digital white voice right there, folks.
Bonus points
That-
we can
that
get
was
to
in
it
fact
is
a black
anyone who's
man.
new in the chat.
I eagerly await the BBC making a video about digital white voice and how
Yeah.
it's a scourge on our society.
Yeah. What was that? Digital blackface?
Right,
Oh,
yeah, the
that
gifs.
BBC video.
Which apparently, like, somebody else did something similar to that, because they were talking about it on Monkey in the Morning a few weeks back. So somebody else made the same exact argument as that. I was like, wait a minute, am I in a time loop? Is this deja vu? I've heard this story.
It is digital blackface.
Yeah.
Nah, she sounded way more posh than that.
Well, I was going. I only have Cockney. That's all I got. Like,
You know, I need to get some clips of Irate Bear now that I think about it.
That'd be good too.
It would be.
I definitely need to get the Wolf Wolf Wolf.
yeah, you should get Wolf Wolf and Long Man.
You'll have to give me a timestamp for that one because I'm not familiar.
I know he did one on one of. I think it was. I might have been Irate Alex.
I definitely need to get some Lord Bear clips. That's for sure. Like I told you, Johnny, the best $4 I've ever spent on Steam, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this is for everyone in chat too. Have you seen his roast video?
Whose?
Irate Bears?
Irate Bears.
No, actually, I haven't.
Oh my freaking god!
Why is
is
it
it-
on my sub feed?
Is it him getting roasted, or is it him roasting somebody else?
It's him roasting feminists.
Wait. Is that the one where he's got the deal about Russian Deadpool at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I have seen that one. Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. No spoilers.
Oh my god. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna post the link in chat because it is.
Please do.
You'll enjoy it. The ending had me rolling.
I hate my sub feed. It doesn't show me anything.
Oh, it's a super old video.
Yeah, this is like a year and a half,
give or take.
Yeah.
I know the YouTube algorithm's really weird. Like, I have notifications from people who I watch on occasion, but I never click the bell for, and my laptop tells me, "Oh yeah, by the way, they posted a video," which is nice, but I never hit the bell button. I hit the bell button for people that I'm intricately involved with, and I never get those. But someone I've never hit the bell for, they're blowing up not my phone, but my laptop.
Well, I'll go into my notifications, and now I'm getting recommended videos from people I don't sub to, just because I watched like a video that was tangentially related to something they're covering.
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Like I went down a rabbit hole of Marvel MCU fan theories for Avengers Endgame, and now I'm getting like every other day it's like, hey. Have you checked out this video from this guy that you're not subscribed to? It has to deal with Marvel. It's like, yeah, I'm a nerd, but I'm not that big of a nerd. You don't have to recommend this shit to me. I'll find it on my own. So, but what I think is kind of interesting is, we talked about limited state and everything earlier. Have you guys gone through and like searched out just different random shit on YouTube to see if it's allowable or not?
No, I've never tried it.
Well, I remember back before Worski went crazy, he had a video where he was talking about like different stuff on YouTube that shouldn't really be allowed based off of
terms of service.
Yeah, like they have got like naked yoga videos on YouTube.
Well, it's body positivity. Aren't they progressive?
Okay, explain the anal bleaching videos then.
An educational video, sex positive. Be progressive.
BE progressive, yeah. I know the cheer. I know the chant.
I'm joking. I'm just. Yeah, their terms of service is entirely.
Well, I want to say it was. I want to say it was Jack Cochran, but it might have been somebody else who got me hip to this. There's Korean porn on YouTube. Like I went ahead and I can't remember what the tag was that you put in the search bar, but yeah, it's straight up like a couple of Koreans going at it. It's like, whoa.
Well, being
I don't even need Pornhub now. This is awesome.
So being that it is Asian, I would have to say it was Jack.
Probably.
That's why I'm throwing that out there. I think it was Jack. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure he's the one that got me hip to this.
Vincent has a good point. How to use a breast pump video. Let me attach it to one of my massive pendulous udders.
And I guess I'll go ahead and take this opportunity to say hello, Timothy Lynch. Good to see you in chat. But yeah, I mean, massive pendulous udders. I mean, all I have to say to that is,
fuck yeah!
Yeah, more of those, please.
I don't know why I'm thinking of those Newton click-clacky balls that whenever I think of that, just that where you lift one ball in the end and it has like the 5 other balls and you hear that click, 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 click. It's just too much.
Oh man. Good old YouTube.
I hope he hasn't put it down because they're taking it down.
What? Bear's roast video?
Yeah.
No. I'm pretty sure he hasn't taken it down because he actually was talking about it again. Monkey in the Morning a few weeks back. That was one of his spicier videos by his own admission, but I'm pretty sure it's still up there. I just don't remember the title of it. So how is everyone in chat doing since we're getting a little bit of dead air here and there? Copper's antics have spilled into Count Dankula's Twitter.
Oh yeah,
I'm afraid to ask.
Copper has been kind of making a bit more of a splashback. He's trying to fight Gavin McInnes and stuff like that again.
I've seen him going back and forth on Twitter with that Tara LaRosa chick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I've seen that.
And from what I've heard, apparently Copper Cab has gotten himself like jacked. He's like hit the gym. I saw like a clip of a video of him like trying to chug. I'm told that it's muscle milk, but it looks like he's like trying to chug mayonnaise to me.
Ugh.
Ugh.
That looks way too thick in its consistency to be muscle milk.
Probably about as healthy. I mean, muscle milk, it's not milk. It lasts for way too long to be a legit dairy product. Muscle milk is freaking gross. I'm never going to buy it. It shouldn't last over a year if you're going to say you're milk. I don't trust you.
The funny thing is, like, the store I work at, I've never seen anyone buy muscle milk. I've never taken any delivery of, like, muscle milk. But, it's fully stocked in our store. And now that you mention it, I'm gonna go to work tonight, and I'm gonna check, like, the expiration date on that.
You should. It's disturbing. It lasts for way too long.
Well, I mean, yeah, they call everything milk these days. It doesn't make it so. Soy milk, banana milk.
Cockroach milk.
That's a thing.
Legit?
Yeah, no, Chris Raycon just had that in his video about cockroach milk.
That is awful.
That was his point, too.
All right. So, question. You have to choose between drinking cockroach milk or eating what was Polly's eggs? Sweet boy eggs?
Yeah.
What are sweet boy eggs?
Oh, you're in for a treat. They are a Chinese delicacy, if I'm not mistaken, where you have these eggs soaked, pickled almost, in the urine of diabetic boys. Virgin boy eggs, that's what they're called.
Piss eggs.
Yeah.
Polydub's piss eggs. That's where it came from.
Well, I mean, Polly's piss eggs is the name brand, but they were brought into our consciousness by Inquisitor.
Indeed.
Yeah, Polly gets a bad rap for that one.
But Quiz's piss eggs doesn't sound as good.
No, it doesn't have the same ring to it. But yeah, you got to choose cockroach milk or piss eggs. Which one are you taking?
How do you milk a cockroach? Like what?
Blender.
How about taking a header off the Empire State Building? Because I think that would be more likely.
Can I pick the third option? There's always suicide.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's say that's not an option. You're not near any tall buildings or high surfaces. No sharp objects. I'm just curious.
I can choke on my own vomit. There is always an option.
Yeah, so it would depend how you milk a if it is just blended cockroaches, I guess I'd have to take that because I don't really like the thought of piss-soaked anything.
I think that's going to be the consensus here. Vincent says roach milk. I'm thinking that's probably what I'd go with too.
Me too.
Because
if you had to pick your poison, yeah, cockroach milk.
The idea of biting into a fermented piss-soaked egg just does not seem appealing.
No.
Just don't tell me it's a cockroach until after I eat it.
And yeah, lots of people seem to be going with the. Vince has gone with the roach. It looks like
there is nothing wrong with prairie oysters, Clyde.
I was just about to say, spike drinks.
You just got to cook them right. That's all.
Prairie oysters were testicles of some variety, weren't they?
Yes. Depending on I guess where you are, it's either cow testicles or sheep testicles.
Okay.
I think it's sheep because Rocky Mountain oysters are cow.
Well, down here it's a calf testicles.
Okay. Oh.
But for some reason they call them lamb fries. I don't know why. I think it's just to throw people off.
Yeah.
And that nice little joke is like, oh, these lamb fries are actually pretty good. What are they? Cow balls.
Wasn't that from Funny Farm with Chevy Chase?
And,
oh man, I haven't watched any Chevy Chase in a while.
And so, are these testicles cut to resemble French fries? Is that why the lamb fries?
No, they're fried up, battered and fried. It would be kind of not quite like a chicken nugget, almost.
I think I was saying on Johnny's previous stream, I'd try them just to say that I had. It's all basically just meat. You're willing to. I'm willing to eat any part of the cow or the sheep. So yeah. That's why I'd probably go with the cockroach over the piss eggs, because cockroach is just a dead animal, whereas the eggs have been marinated in piss, which is a lot more revolting. Like piss is a waste product.
Yeah, definitely the cockroach is a better option.
Although Vincent does bring up an interesting point. Eating balls is gross because pee is stored in the balls.
But it boils when you fry them, so it's fine.
Well, how hard are they biting into the balls? It's supposed to be like a teaser, not the main course. You're doing sex all wrong.
What amuses me is that anybody who doesn't know any of us who just randomly clicks on this video after we're done is gonna be like, oh yeah, I like Tig Notaro. I'll hear what these people have to say, and then they're gonna get halfway through and it's like, why are they talking about testicles and piss covered eggs?
It's
because that's how we run it here.
It's how we do.
I mean, all we really need to do now is start making some racist Indian jokes, and we'll have the format down.
We have our token Indian too.
We have two of them.
Two of them, exactly.
Because the moon spirit talks to us. That's probably my only good imitation. Like it's stereotypical Indian voice.
The good thing for Camel's scenario is Tig Notaro is not actually mentioned in the stream title. It's only in the description. So if they see Torture is How We Make Friends, episode 4, once again it's ma'am, they're not going to think, ooh, Tig Notaro. They're just going to...
They'll think, oh, look, they're making fun of Macho Man.
Well, yeah. I don't know how good Johnny's tag game is. So I mean, I don't know if he's putting it in the tags or not.
I don't do tags. I have no idea how to.
Okay, that answers that question.
Tags are a thing now.
I'm a rookie to this YouTube game.
But it is mentioned in the description, so it's still there. Like, I suppose someone searching for Tig Notaro might find this stream, but it's not in the title. So someone who stumbled across it wouldn't think, oh, this is all about Tig Notaro.
Well, to address Rambler in chat, there's always the possibility that normies find this.
Scary thought.
So, they're just going to sit here and be like, oh, well, I'm going to listen to these people talk about, this comedy special. And then they're going to hear, piss eggs and roach milk and of course they're going to hear,
I'm here. I'm gay. I'm open. Who is the other guy?
So
we don't even have the name of the special in the title.
Would you guys let me have my made-up scenario in my head? Quit poking holes in it.
Yes, you can go back.
So why was Gutenberg saying he was gay? And what's the actual context behind that?
Oh, that's from one of Quiz's streams. Was it Minions 417?
Oh, okay.
He crashed the stream there towards the end, and he's like, talking about, I'm here, I'm proud, and I think Quiz asked him, was like, are you gay too? So, yeah. I just like, having these little out of context clips, like,
let me stream and I'll suck your dick.
I mean, it doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be funny to me.
But that's true. Monkey is that desperate to stream. It's not even a joke. That's just him being Monkey.
And like how I found out by watching Comic Book Curation that Polly is a big fan of Sir Mix-a-Lot. He does not like the flat derrieres.
Flat butt. Okay, so
everyone likes a little cushion for the pushing.
Big butts.
He likes big butts.
But Rush V was saying that if you like a lady's bottom, that's practically being gay. That's
my God, Rush.
Roosh the douche.
Is there any confirmation that he's ever actually slept with a woman?
All you need to know, he's a late 30-something dude who has no wife, no kids, no girlfriend, and we're supposed to be taking dating advice from him. Yeah. And the booty is a gateway to the homosexuality, y'all.
So he says. And he would know. He's the expert.
Sounds like.
Oh, I should look up how the game's going.
Oh, is it started already?
Well, it's past 4:30. I'm sure that's usually when it starts.
I think Della Hayes wants to get out of here. He's asking when we're quitting.
I not any time that I don't know. I just go until we go.
There's no format here.
You're not on the schedule.
This is coming from someone who doesn't like doing intros. So I got nothing.
I mean, there's no format, there's no intros, and Johnny's just sitting here thinking.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
We're just trying to think of how many scenarios we can come up with so Camel can keep playing the sound pad.
Well, I'll give you guys a moment to think about it, and I'll just, sit here and. I mean, yes, I'm that easily amused.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we do need to format it a little better, but I think, yeah. You want in, Taylor Hayes? I can set that up as soon as I find my.
Your favorite Canadian that everyone should know, Della Hayes. It's the.
I was going to say Clyde.
Yeah, exactly, Clyde.
The introduction to all of Della Hayes' videos has Gutenberg saying, "Your favorite Canadian that everyone should know, Della Hayes." So,
Yeah, that's from the same stream as the Out and Proud that I have from Gutenberg.
Oh, you should have kept the show me your genitals.
I originally went to go get that, and I just got so tickled by the that I forgot to clip that part.
yeah.
I have it somewhere. I just haven't put it on the sound pad.
And yeah, he was calling him, I think, Jean Valjean.
Jean Lejour is how
Jean
he was
Lejour.
pronouncing it.
Yeah, that's right. Almost like soup du jour.
So, how does the guy actually pronounce his name?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's John Lejoie. Is the
Okay,
guy's name.
right. Because I know people were getting mad at Gutenberg for pronouncing it wrong. I think it was Prospero was getting frustrated.
Actually, it was me and Prospero. Like every time he'd say it, I'd be like Lejoie. It's because it's spelled Lajoie.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hey, welcome, Dale Hayes.
Hey, boys and girl.
Hey, how's it going?
Not so bad. Yeah, I wanted to join from the beginning, but I figured I'd pace myself.
And yes, Australia is fake. Just because Gabby mentioned it in chat, yes, Australia is indeed fake.
Yep, it's just a giant conspiracy.
Right?
Well,
It
the land mass is there. It's the government that's fake.
No,
It's a fictional government because the emus have not joined the UN yet to establish their own government.
According to the flat earthers, Australia doesn't exist, and
It doesn't.
they're absolutely
Yeah, well, in a perfect world, flat earthers don't exist, so here we are.
right.
Just like anti-vaxxers. And
Oh my
Justin
god,
Castro.
anti-vaxxers.
And Justin Castro.
I can handle flat earthers because they're not really doing any damage; they're just lunatics. But anti-vaxxers are actually endangering people. So
Exactly.
Well, that's a reasonable assessment, but if you think about it, having that mindset with the and I feel like I'm going all at him here with the way I'm talking, but but with the what was I saying there kind of thing, just kidding. With the flat earthers, putting them as like, at least they're not. If left unchecked, they could progress.
well, if they try and saw the Earth in half to make it flat, then I'll agree that they're causing actual harm.
Okay, but
when they're endangering the lives of other innocent people, like
Yeah.
Well, I don't care if they make the Earth flat. Fine, go fuck yourselves. Do that as long as it happens after I'm dead. But if they can convince the entire populace of the planet that the Earth is flat, then I have issue.
But it's why we keep combating them with like mockery.
Which is why I'm saying not to brush them off so lightly, because if left unchecked, they could progress in that sense.
But all we need to do is show one of the many photos of Earth from space that it is quite clearly round.
Oh, okay.
Photoshop.
Hey, Terry,
No,
remember those
Elon
mega
Musk.
hacks?
How many cars do we have to send up there to prove you wrong?
Hey, Terry, remember Covington High?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. How many sources did the media get shown to prove that they were wrong in their original narrative, and they still didn't back down on there?
True.
Thank you.
Well, there's also a giant lawsuit. Like C.J. Pearson is collecting evidence on that, and they're suing him. Some guy is representing the kids and the family for free. I don't know if they're representing the school.
They should.
But they're seeking damages.
Well, fuck the school. The school was willing to be complicit in the allegations and whatnot. Oh, we're terribly sorry. No, you're just a bunch of bitches. You guys had done nothing wrong, and you're being too cowardly and backing down right away. Like,
I definitely have to kind of agree with that, because they.
That's more like a political social commentary than it is scientific fact. Scientific.
I was pointing out opinion.
What kind of parallel?
I was just saying opinion. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to put facts out.
Political science.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the Earth was flat, all the cats would have pushed everything off it by now. So owned, flat earthers. Owned.
All right, back to the bench.
I just had an idea. Bill Hayes and Camel should have a stream where they talk to each other purely through their sound pads. Like,
Terry,
no talking is allowed.
I had the same idea a week ago.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't talking. It was more like it wasn't talking through sound clips. It was more like exchanging, hey, we got this sound clip, or talking about sound clips and stuff like that kind of thing, you know?
It'll just turn into dueling banjos.
Oh, shit, I don't have dueling banjos yet.
Could be worse.
I would still listen to that.
Say daddy for me.
Actually, I think
how have I not got the dueling banjos yet? Damn it!
I was supposed to get a hold of Skeptalk because he wanted to try and do dueling banjos over a stream.
Nice.
Cool.
Dueling ukuleles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Because he has a banjo lele. And
I wouldn't be. I'm pretty sure he has a banjo lele, ukulele, and a banjo, and a few other instruments, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he said he had 4 ukuleles, one being a banjo lele.
Speaking of Skeptalk,
adopted grandchildren have been playing the instruments when they first got adopted and seen them and stuff like that too. So
I hadn't talked to Skep in a while. I actually messaged him this morning because I found something that I thought was right up his alley. Cory Booker, now that he's running for president, he had a plan that he unveiled in October to end the racial wealth gap.
Oh dear God!
Oh, hilarious!
Yeah, which I ended up going down this little rabbit hole. I started on Twitter, and I ended up clicking on a link from Vox, and they had a link to the Washington Post, and he's going to introduce baby bonds. Every child born in the United States would be given a savings bond for $1,000 just for being born. And then based off of their family's income, they would receive money every year up to $2,000 for the lowest income children. And if you're, like in a wealthy family, pretty much you're just going to get the $1,000 plus the interest that they assume was going to be 3%. So, I mean, you wouldn't even get $2,000. But if you're, really poor, i.e., black or Hispanic, which is how they lay it out in this Vox piece, you would have on average, $29,000, as much as like $46,000 by the time you're turning 18.
Wow.
And this would be used for the purpose of, paying for an education, putting a down payment on a house, starting a business.
That's not what the money was going to be used for.
Yeah, which I was saying, things like, well, what if this kid doesn't end up getting into college, going to college,
Yeah.
Doesn't start a business? They put the down payment on a house, but they don't have a job that they can, make the mortgage payment on. So, just burn $50K pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't think the Spartacus moment was in the public bathroom, Clyde. I think that was more of a George Michael moment.
Or that what was that senator from
Larry?
Minnesota?
Yeah, he's from Minnesota, wasn't he? I can't remember his last name. Larry something. The wide stance in the stall. He's really had to pinch that one out.
Oh yeah, it was a signal.
It's a signal that he is ready to start blowing guys.
Which, that used to be the joke about, like, like conservative Christian political figures. The ones that are the most adamantly anti-gay end up, blowing dudes in airport bathrooms. So,
Seems to be the pattern.
Wouldn't it stand to reason then that the most, staunch anti-racist Democrats would have like blackface and other shit like that?
Probably.
Okay, I just tried to look up, Minnesota politician cotton bathroom.
More than one?
Before I could even do that, it brought up Minnesota politician married her brother.
Oh dear God.
So now,
that's the Muslim congresswoman, isn't it? Ilhan Omar, I think.
Ilhan Omar married her brother.
Oh, wow.
That's not good. Don't do that.
And people ask me why I'm single. There's a bunch of crazy people out there.
I was just going to assume it's because you're an only child, Della.
I 2 half brothers.
Now, keep in mind they were divorced in 2017.
How long were they married?
6 years? 8 years.
So what do you think was more disappointing for their parents? The fact that their kids married each other or that they got divorced?
Oh.
Well, that's got to make Christmas kind of awkward.
Quite awkward.
Well, it depends on what religion they are. Are they
Muslim.
Catholic? Do they not believe in?
Ooh, yeah. Family reunions very awkward.
Gabby, they're Muslim. If I'm not mistaken, she's they're Somali?
Oof.
Oh.
Really bad.
Then no, that's just incredibly awkward. I don't even
If
know
it's
what
brother
to
and
say.
sister, not brother and brother, so they're fine. It's all good.
Is it though? I mean, as bad as it sounds, I'd rather be siblings of the same gender than siblings of opposite genders.
Larry Craig.
Okay.
Well, I mean, at least there's no risk of reproduction.
Yeah. But I was just thinking they tend to throw same-sex couples off buildings, so
I couldn't help myself.
He's been waiting on that one for a while.
See, I only have fucking voice clips. I haven't done the sound effect clips or the shit like that. I just grab clips from streams and whatnot.
Well, SoundPad actually has 4 of them that come preloaded.
See, I'm using an app on my phone. I take I take the streams, I download them, I filter through them and mine through what I need to clip and do all the fine details once they're all separate and shit, and then I save them, convert them, save them, and transfer them to my phone afterwards. It's a long process.
Oh, I'm too lazy for that. I just use I clip the videos from YouTube on a website called Streamable,
Oh, okay.
and then I download them as an MP4, and I just transfer the sound over to SoundPad.
Let's see if I can get this right. Yeah, that's all right.
But yeah, that scream is one of the ones that comes preloaded on SoundPad. That's the one that Monkey uses to give Scribe fits.
All right, end of third quarter. It is Patriots 3, Rams 3.
Oh, really? You know, the Rams versus the Patriots is the first Super Bowl I remember watching, like sitting down and watching all the way through.
And
They had was it Marshall Faulk and Kurt Warner, the greatest show on turf.
And apparently, one of the highlights is a 65-yard punt.
Yeah,
that's got to be kind of bad when a punt is the greatest thing to happen in a football game.
The biggest football game of the year. That's why I stick to college football. It's way more interesting. But I haven't really watched the NFL in recent years.
I forgot to even bring up the interesting thing about Notaro. To go back to the main topic of this stream. Yeah, she was diagnosed with C. diff, which is inflamed intestine.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And shortly after, and they said it was a rare, like the article I read, it said it was a rare condition, but it's like 1 in 11 people. That's not rare.
Not really, no.
1 in 11?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty dang common.
Yeah. And she had it's watery diarrhea, abdominal cramping, rapid heart rate, fever, blood or pus in the stool, nausea, dehydration, loss of appetite.
Sounds fun.
And also an increased white blood cell count, which is a sign of cancer.
Yes, it is.
Well, as she recovered from that, she noticed that she wasn't feeling better and went back in and found out that she had breast cancer. And had a double mastectomy, and hence the sweet rack.
Yeah.
And she came out. I think it was either on Conan or just at her first. It was her first big special after that. She's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I have cancer." And just made a hour-long like cancer comedy special, pretty much. And that's how she got her career.
Fair enough. Make the best of a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Sora Luna.
Good evening. No, there is no transition for this, but yeah, just for Johnny.
Oh, so help me God. If I started building walls today and didn't stop for the next 10 years, there still wouldn't be enough of them to fucking put you through!
I don't know why, but suddenly I want Rick Toffin's voice on my SoundPad.
Want whose voice?
Random thought, but just for whatever fucking reason, Rick Toffin from the Call of Duty Zombie series.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea why that just made me think of Richtofen, but it did.
No, my favorite thing about the sound pad is you can go through here and you can put in your own titles for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I mean, that's from Bill Burr's F is for Family, and I just put the title as 10 Years of Wall Building.
Well, it's perfect for me, like when Monkey's saying, your vagina makes me sad.
Wasn't there actually a news article about how, like, not having sex makes the vagina depressed?
Yep.
Yeah, that was actually, they talked about that, was it last night or the night before on Monkey's Monkey in the Morning stream?
I don't know. I might have been sleeping during the time they were talking about it. Last night, last night he was talking to that Dave dude.
That's right. So it was 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I was sleeping.
I work nights, so it all kind of blends together for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I went to sleep early today so I could be up for this.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm still asleep, and I don't usually get up till about 9 p.m. my time.
Well, I seen the fucking reminder I seen the link for this stream last night before I went to bed, and I fucking click, like, done, go to sleep.
No, I made it. I think it was shortly after getting off of playing Quiplash on Dyer's channel.
Okay.
At work, because I'm a rebel.
Hardy.
No,
With both hands.
It was really funny because the last time I streamed at work, it was actually Inquisitor's night on the Minions. He brought me in for the last half hour, and I was at work, and one of the clients at the group home I was working at doesn't have a tendency when she comes out of her room, she usually lets her presence be known, and she will scream from like one end of the house to the other. So I'm just like, as soon as I heard her door open, I'm like, oh please, because that's all that's gonna make this awkward. It's just this high pitch, like we're having this conversation, all of a sudden you just hear, let me stream and I'll suck your dick.
Oh, I love that. I think that's probably the only one you and I have in common. and I thank you for it.
What I thought was funny was like, I tweeted that out. I was like, no one's gonna pay any attention to that.
Of course.
And then, like, within 2 minutes, I had a few different people, including Lady Monkey, like it.
I woke up to that on my Twitter.
Well, I'd forgotten that she followed me, and I was like, oh shit.
I gotta start tagging Lady Monkey in the fucking because I posted a sound clip of Monkey. I think it was saying your vagina makes me sad, and I tagged him in it. I should have tagged Lady Monkey too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one.
Actually, no, I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, I got that one of Satsu saying that he has a powerful vagina. And he's like, I was just gonna have it to where it just says, he goes, because I have a powerful vagina. Don't clip that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I love that. That was a good clip.
Which, I mean, that's the first rule, man. If you don't want someone to clip something, don't tell them not to clip it.
I'm basically saying, hey, you should clip this because it would be smart.
Well, that's why I put on there, it's almost like he saw this happening.
Yeah.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I also got Irate Bear singing the cuck song to about Randy Monkey.
I've got one somewhere of him singing about Monkey being a MGTOW.
Randy Monkey, we're here to can't have any more, baby. Oh, why you want to rub that in, man? Because he cocked to his wife, and now he can't produce life.
Good voice.
Dude, he does have a really good voice.
Pretty jealous.
Oh, I haven't clipped that down enough. That's like over 3 minutes. I'm not playing that.
Yeah. When I want something, I'm willing to put in the work for it. That's the thing. I have to be wanting to put in the work. I have to be wanting to put in the work for it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one from Bear.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah. The only other one from Bear I have is this one.
Let's get a look at them Jew titties.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Well, as much as I love you guys, I need to go to bed. I got work super duper early in the morning.
Yeah,
All
I think it is time to put an end to this.
No, you guys can continue. I'm just saying I have to bounce.
Oh,
I see how it is. I bring up Jew titties, and all of a sudden everyone needs to leave. Okay.
You ruined
You guys are
it,
racist.
Oh,
ruined
we
it.
brought up a lot of stuff, but yeah, Jew titties is where do we draw the line?
Oh, is that?
Well, it depends on how big the titties are.
That's racist.
Well, I mean, you know, Laura Loomer, she's got them big Jew titties and that Ashkenazi IQ, so.
I don't know what's wrong with her, but she is. I think someone lost her caretaker. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
What I think is weird is she's younger than me, but she looks like she's old enough to be my mom.
How old is
Yeah.
she again?
She's like in her mid-20s.
Mid-20s. Jesus.
Really?
fucking
I thought
Christ.
she was in her 30s.
I thought she was near her 30s. Not in her, but near. I thought she was in her late
Hold on,
20s.
let me look it up because
She's 25.
25. Yeah, 25.
Jesus fucking Christ.
She's younger, what?
She's younger than I am.
I didn't think Lauren Southern was 23.
I thought she was 25.
Yeah, I would. That's why, like, my job. I have to ID people, and I've learned there is no telling how old somebody is just by looking at them.
Oh, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
I still get ID'd, and I'm fucking 29, I think. Late 20s, that's for sure.
That's funny because, like, when I shave, I don't get. I get carded, but when I grow out my facial hair, I don't.
Same here.
Well, that's a regular stereotype.
See, I don't shave because as a native, it takes forever to grow, so.
Yeah,
It took me a couple months.
I get a good couple centimeters in, and then it's like, well, that's enough for you.
See, the facial hair I've been growing since Halloween, which was the last time I shaved, and I only shaved for my costume, which was the Joker.
Oh, you didn't do
Yeah,
it?
I've been lazy since about October, so that's
I'll
about the last time I
trim,
shaved.
but I won't shave.
No, I think that's the big thing is like all these dudes running around with beards. I wonder if is Clyde still in the chat.
He may be in, but is he there?
He's
He might
popping
be.
up. I don't know if he's on his keyboard, but
That's what I'm saying.
No, you see a lot of dudes with beards, and it's like, okay, well, is that really a sign of masculinity, or are you just lazy? Because for me, it's just being lazy.
Yeah, I'm just lazy.
I thought Clyde had a
Call me.
co-host on his channel. That's how different he looks when he shaves.
I've never seen Clyde shaved.
Well,
That
he
would be an
has
interesting thing
he
to see.
has in his earlier in his channel, he's got where he has less facial hair, and he looks way different.
I've got to look that up now. Well, I mean, I'll look it up later after I go
I mean,
to bed.
it's even in his thumbnail. Like, he just doesn't look. He doesn't look the same without the big beard.
No, I really started just going ahead and like growing my hair and my facial hair out just to scare off customers. I wanted them to think that, you know, the store just hired like some random homeless dude. Because at this point, you know, I've had to throw like 3 or 4 different people out. Like I'm a clerk, I'm a janitor, and I'm a bouncer, and I don't get paid nearly enough for all 3 of those jobs. So yeah, I just wanted to look, you know, give them the crazy eyes and make them think that I was gonna, you know, throw poo at them or something. I don't know, but it seems to work.
Yeah, I was about to say it sounds like it works.
Just get that Tommy Chong slur and then be like, "Have you guys seen Jesus?"
Nah, we got plenty of Mexicans around here. They'd probably just assume that I meant one of them.
Sure, you want me to go get him for you, man?
Well, I'm gonna take off, you guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right, take it easy.
See you later.
A pleasure as always. Thank you so much.
Yes, good to hear from you again.
I didn't sleep through this stream like last time.
Well, I mean, we have no format, so there's no telling really when the stream's going to start, except for this one because Johnny planned ahead.
Yeah,
Right.
One step at a time. We get the planning, then we get the format,
Oh,
and then we get the checks.
No, then we get the money, then we get the power, then we get the women.
Right. There's an order.
Well, what about, first we get the jobs, then we get the khakis, then we get the money, then we get the chicks.
Nighty night, y'all.
Later.
Have a good night.
That reminds me, I need to watch basketball again. I need to make my girlfriend sit down and watch it.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite of the Trey and Matt movies. I mean, you got Team America and everything, but basketball, that came out. You know, I grew up with that one.
So, if you have to make your girlfriend watch it, how long until that's considered cinema rape?
Well, she's not a feminist, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, like my girlfriend, she apparently lived under a rock before she and I got together. Just completely uncultured. So many good movies she has not seen, and so I just give her this incredulous look, like, wait, you haven't seen Grosse Point Blank? Really?
I think Team America is the only movie I ever had to apologize for.
Wow.
We've got multiple hazes here.
Duo la hazed.
I had to apologize to my mom for Team America because she came in as me and a group of friends were watching it, and she walked in like in the middle of the Dicks and Pussies speech.
Oh.
And we're sitting there cracking up laughing, and she, what the hell is this? I was like, you remember how you didn't want me to watch South Park growing up? This is those guys. Sorry.
Well, it's like my ex and I, we hadn't had a date night in a while.
Oh
And
God,
so
no.
I was like, yeah, we'll watch this one because it's a combo. We got one for her and one for me. And we watched hers first. And then we got to mine, and everything was good until the puppet
sex. I knew exactly where you're gonna.
And I didn't get the regular one. I got the uncut one.
Oh.
So it was way worse. And I looked over at her, and she just had this look on her face, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, the extended one that had like the Cleveland Steamer and everything in it, didn't it?
That had everything.
Oh, Terry, you are familiar with what a Cleveland Steamer is, correct?
Fortunately, no, but I'm going to maintain my innocence as long as I can.
I know that Clyde and Vincent know what they are.
I mean, I want to tell Terry, but at the same time, I mean, you know, he doesn't know, and therefore he is innocent.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, I don't know either, but I know it's not good.
Well, when he shit on her chest, that's considered a Cleveland Steamer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was actually going to say, based on the steamer part of the name, I was going to guess it had something to do with shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much where the dude, you know, just squats over the chick and shits on her chest. I don't know why that works for some people, but hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
It must be the German in everyone.
Man, I'm half German, and I've never considered shitting on somebody as an act of as a sex act.
I wouldn't even consider shitting on someone as an insult.
It would have to
be. Sorry, Sora.
Oh, poor Sora.
No, I remember in high school we would just go through all the list of like the weird sex acts we could find out about. Like there's the Abe Lincoln. That's where the guy ejaculates on a chick's face and then like dunks his balls on her so that way his pubes make like a little beard.
Oh God. I heard about the angry pirate from Patrice O'Neill.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, there's the angry pirate. You come in the girl's eye and then kick her in the shin so she's hopping around on one leg going "Arr."
Yep.
There's the Arabian goggles.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cousin to the teabagging.
The magician, the Spider-Man. There's a shit ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
The stranger.
Yeah, I think depending on where you live, that's the same thing as the magician. I mean, depending on where you live, they could be two separate things, but they can also be the same thing.
The funny thing is, I learned about the stranger from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Right.
Now, there's the rusty trombone.
Yep.
Sora Luna has just plugged her ears.
Just took her long enough.
I'm trying to think now because there's this laundry list of them that we had when we were in high school. It's like, can you believe people do this shit? And then you found out who the real freaks were in our groups. Like, actually, yeah, I can.
I can believe people do it. I'm just quite happy not to be one of those people.
All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it. Do a sort of Minion-esque last thoughts.
Yeah, I think we chose a very nice note to end on, I've got to say.
Yeah, we're smearing poop on each other. And that's the end of the stream.
Well, if we're doing final thoughts of the blessings set before you, make your choice and be content.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Hey, Terry?
Don't go outside. It's not worth it.
Don't go outside. It's not worth it.
Camel?
Everyone should have to read at least one list of dirty sex acts in their life. I'm sorry, Sora, but you need to know these things. Everyone needs to know the depravity that is out there. Just like the truth, depravity is out there.
No, those are just short enough.
I ripped it off of Supernatural. Not gonna lie.
Those are just short enough to not get me struck.
Oh, well, it's actually longer, but I go ahead and I stop it before it gets too far gone.
Let's see.
Wait, is that gonna turn into a meme? Like, Camel, no.
I'm sure you can get a clip of Cartman. No.
Man, Cameron's not playing fairly.
And I guess my thought is before watching a movie with gratuitous puppet sex, double check with your significant other's sense of humor.
Yeah.
And make sure he has one.
Very wise words.
All right. Well, on that note, thanks for everyone showing up. Thanks, Dela Hayes, Terry, and Camel.
Thank you.
And we are out of here.
See you guys.
Take her easy.
Bye, chat.
Have a good night.
Easy, take it twice.